Welcome to DST, where real people, real stories, and real struggles turn into legends. Today, you're about to hear an unbelievable journey of an American kid who went from a broke rookie truck driver to owning one of the fastest growing logistics companies in the Midwest. Sit back, take a breath, and let this story drive you through 15 years of sacrifice, pain, and triumph. His name was Ethan Cole, born in a small, forgotten town in Arkansas, the kind of place where dreams didn't grow. They rusted. His father left early, his mother worked two jobs, and Ethan, he grew up believing that success was something other people talked about on TV. At 19, he stood in front of a faded mirror in his tiny bedroom, looked at himself, and whispered, "There has to be more than this." 1 week later, he packed a single backpack and walked into a truck driving school he could barely afford. He didn't know anything about trucks, but he knew one thing: he wasn't going back to that town ever again. His name was Ethan Cole, born in a small, forgotten town in Arkansas, the kind of place where dreams didn't grow. They rusted. His father left early, his mother worked two jobs, and Ethan, he grew up believing that success was something other people talked about on TV. At 19, he stood in front of a faded mirror in his tiny bedroom, looked at himself, and whispered, "There has to be more than this." 1 week later, he packed a single backpack and walked into a truck driving school he could barely afford. He didn't know anything about trucks, but he knew one thing: he wasn't going back to that town ever again. For the next 7 years, Ethan lived inside that truck. No vacations, no parties, no birthdays, just highways and grit. Then in year 8, he made the biggest decision of his life: lease-purchase. His friends said he was crazy. His mom begged him not to sign. But Ethan said, "If I don't risk now, I'll die in this cabin." The payments were brutal, repairs even worse. There were nights he slept in the cold because he couldn't idle the truck to save fuel. But then, he landed a dedicated route from Dallas to Atlanta. Steady miles, good rates, month by month, he climbed out of debt. By year 10, he owned the truck outright. And that's when a dispatcher told him, "If you had 2 trucks, I'd give you double the loads." That one sentence planted a seed that would change everything. Ethan bought his second truck, then hired a driver, then a third truck, then a fourth. He operated his company from the backseat of his pickup truck, using a laptop held together with tape. He learned dispatching, he learned negotiating, he learned how to talk to shippers, and how to fire drivers who were bad for business. By year 12, he had 9 trucks and a tiny warehouse office with a crooked sign that said, "Cole Logistics." People laughed at that sign. They said his company looked like a joke. Ethan smiled and said, "Give me 3 years." Year 15, Ethan walked into his accountant's office. She handed him a folder. Inside was a number he never thought he'd see: $1,347,000 net, after expenses, after payroll, after everything. He sat there, silent, unable to breathe. After 15 years of pain, loneliness, breakdowns, near bankruptcies, and nights sleeping in his truck, he was finally a millionaire. That same year, he bought a lakefront house in Texas, a brand new F50, and his dream car, a black Porsche 911 Turbo S. But he never forgot the kid in that broken town who whispered, "There has to be more than this." And if there's one thing Ethan's journey teaches us, it's this: life doesn't reward the fastest, or the luckiest, or the ones born into perfect circumstances. Life rewards the ones who refuse to stop, the ones who keep moving forward, even when the road feels endless, even when the nights feel cold, even when every voice around them says, "Quit, it's not worth it." Ethan wasn't special, he wasn't gifted, he wasn't chosen. He was simply a man who decided that no one was going to write his story except him. For 15 years, he built his success 1 mile at a time, one load at a time, one setback at a time. And maybe your life, your dream, your future, is waiting for the same thing, not perfection, not the right moment. Just one brave step, repeated again, and again, and again, until the world has no choice but to finally open the doors. You've been knocking on, so whatever road you're on, whatever mountain stands in front of you, keep driving, keep pushing. Keep fighting for the life you know you can build, because your story, your breakthrough, your moment might be 1 mile away. This is DST, and remember, success is not a destination, it's a decision.